Good morning, everyone. It's morning for me. It's just about 8 o'clock, and I have been up and moving around since about 5:20. But that's usual for me. My body gets me up every morning between 5 and 6. I'm up doing things, and then, of course, I have my time with God, talking to Him and reading my Bible, and then I just get busy doing things. And it has been a morning. Um, I think it's almost about 70 degrees, and it rained during the night, so the ground is nice and wet, and it was a nice, soft, gentle rain, so it got good into the ground. I'm watching you know who. And so that's good because we need rain like that. And this morning I'll be leaving in about an hour or 45 minutes to go to the laundromat. It seems like I tell myself I just need one day where I can just really rest, just kind of, have to do my chores, tend to the animals and do some cleaning and things, but I keep telling myself I need a day that I can do that, and then the rest of the day just relax. But for some reason, this week, since Saturday, I have just been busy, 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 and that doesn't necessarily mean running the roads. I don't have to be out going anywhere to be busy. There's plenty here to keep me busy. And already this morning, it's been kind of hectic. I've been having this issue with that one. I don't want to say her name, my white fur baby. Ever since she had that surgery last May, where they took out those stones, and they gave me those stones. I have them in a bottle, but anyway, and then the doctor said to change her food. Well, ever since then, I really don't think that she's getting enough of all that she needs from that food. She always seems hungry. Last time that we went to the vet, she had lost some weight, and so they told me to feed her a little bit more twice a day. Well, she's on that prescription food, and in the beginning it was just too hard to put down that special food for her and then the other food for Sadie. Of course, Sadie was curious to see what the other one was eating, so she'd go over there, and it just was pretty hectic. Monster would start growling, and so I just decided I'm just going to give them both the same food. It's not going to hurt Sadie to have that prescription food, but it's expensive. But I'm doing it. I'm going to continue to do it because they are my babies. But I don't think that they're really, or at least Monster is not getting all that she needs out of that food. And so what's been happening is, as soon as I'm up, like I said, which is between 5 and 6, usually by 6 I'm already, my feet are on the floor doing things. Then she gets up and she's underfoot and just following me all around, and I know why. It's because she wants to eat. Well, that's too early. And so when it comes time for them to eat, I'll put their food down, but while I'm opening the can and getting the food out, and it's a wet food, but I still mash it up, especially for her because she's older and it'll be easier for her teeth. She just gets out of hand. She'll start barking, jumping on my, reaching up for my ankles. And I have a lot of patience. I'm worried that, I might trip over her. She's really underfoot, almost like she's starving. And we went through that this morning, and she was underfoot, and I was a little unsteady. And to brace myself and not fall on her or fall at all, I knocked over a bowl, a plastic bowl, that had all my eggs in it from last week and what I've collected this week. Um, Good thing I had already taken out about 8 eggs yesterday from that bowl and put them in a carton to take to a family at church tomorrow night. And I was going to give them a dozen, and I will, because my chickens will lay today. But the others that were in that bowl, and there was quite a bit, the bowl fell, some eggs rolled out and cracked. When the bowl fell, it kind of fell sideways up against something, so everything cracked, and I had eggshells and egg yolk all over the floor. If you've never dropped an egg on your floor, it's not easy to clean up. It just doesn't feel clean. I've cleaned it up real good, hot water and all that stuff, but the floor is still sticky. I've gone over it about 3 times, and I'll probably go over it again before I leave. But yeah, so that has been the morning, and of course I'm not upset with her, but I need to talk to the vet, I think, and see, why does she keep acting so hungry? She's just a 5-pound Maltese, and I'm paying quite a bit of money for that food, which is supposed to be good, but I don't want her to feel hungry. So that is, it's very concerning. But I wanted to show you, that I was really on the ball with the 2022 Scenic Beauty Calendar Cal. I had done videos out by the lake where I showed the calendar and the colors I had picked for January. Then I had showed you the blanket that I'm making, the pattern that I'm using, and I showed you all my rows for January, and then started not to feel good, and all that I went through with what I got that's been going around. So I am behind on February and March. But yesterday I picked it back up, and I'm not going to show you it because I want to wait until I have my February part done and my March part done. But I'll show you. This is the Scenic Beauty Calendar 2022. This is a crochet along, going on the Yarny Fiber Sisters are hosting it. That is V from Steals the Show and Chefs, and Jeannie from Butterfly Dreams with a Z. I'm sorry if I don't remember exactly, but most of you know. This is the picture for February. And so what you do is you look at the picture and pick out the colors that stand out to you, and match it with yarn. It could be just one color or 2 colors or as many colors as you want, and you make whatever you want. Some people are making really big squares, then they're gonna sew them all together and they'll have a nice big blanket. Linda Simpson is making hats, so every month she's picking a color or a few colors, and I believe she's knitting the hats, maybe crocheting them. And so and I'm using all yarn that I already have. I'm not buying any yarn for this project. But what I've picked is a white that I had, because there's that white. And then this is, I don't know where I put the label. This is an Impeccable from Michaels. So of course they go together. And it has white, and it has like a light purple, then like a dark purple, or maybe even a navy, then some kind of a shade of a green. I'm sorry, I'm having allergy problems. But I think it goes with this. I mean, you can't match them up exactly. You do the best that you can. And of course with the white. So I started last night. That will be from, these are my February colors. And, oh, here's the label. It's impeccable, and the color is Purple Impression Variegated. So that's great. My neighbor, Pat Dancer, made me some squares. Many of you know that I'm collecting 7-inch squares in a lavender and frosty green, or like a sage. And some of my YouTube family have been so kind to make me some squares and send them to me. And I made me 2 and started a 3rd. I really need to get on it because I need quite a bit. But she had made me some, and I don't have them all out, but I grabbed this one to show you. That's really nice with those post stitches because it's texture. I like texture. If you can see that lavender. So thank you, neighbor Pat, and I will, I'm just looking at it. I like that texture. I will do a video showing them all that you gave me. And while we have a few minutes, why don't we look at, you know, I'm still going through that book of crochet magazines that I got from Facebook. So here's one. Hooked on Crochet, January, February 1989. And I'm going to have to make that cow, because I love cows. Here's a shawl. Here's a blanket. Here's a sweater. You know what? This morning, when I made my coffee, I have a Keurig thing. So I buy those pods. Well, yesterday I had drank my last one. But I have the plastic refillable one that you can just put your regular coffee in and make it. And I did that. And it didn't come out the same as those pods. I didn't enjoy that coffee. I remember back in the 80s when back home in church, we had a couple older ladies that used to crochet these kind of collars and wear them to church. Don't see it anymore. Let's see. Is that all the pictures in this one? I should have looked at this before and maybe marked the pages that have pictures so I can get right to them. Oh, here's some more. Oh, this blanket reminds me of a blanket I have started. So I have a bear blanket I started a long time ago. All leftover yarn. Different shades, I think, of browns for the bear's face. And then it's a granny square worked around the bear's face, just like this one. And I used all scrap yarn. And the squares that I have are bigger. But it actually came out of one of these magazines. And I started that blanket. I remember when I did. It was in the year 2000. So sheet and some booties and some pot cozies. Guess we have time to look through another one. Hooked on Crochet, July, August 1987. That blanket looks interesting. I have the air conditioner on in the other room. Let's see. Apple pot holder. Baby blanket. It's called Precious Petals. Yeah, I'm really concerned about that dog food, because why am I paying so much if it's not satisfying her? I know she has to have a special urinary kind because she's prone to getting those stones. And I don't mind, you know, paying. I'll do it. I'll do with other things to get her the right food. But as long as she's getting all that she's supposed to have in it, I really don't believe she should be acting this hungry. She didn't before, I'll tell you that. What food did I give her? Before her surgery, I used to buy them, a Benefil was the brand, and I never gave them chicken. It wasn't chicken flavored. It was like roast beef and vegetables. It had peas in it and carrots. And the reason why I never gave them anything with chicken, now the food that I'm buying them, it says flavored chicken, is because back home I had a little Chihuahua that I moved here to Texas with, and she ended up passing away. But back home I bought her a really good food. Came in a green bag, and it I guess it had chicken in it, and she started to get around her mouth, on her lips, like, it almost, I kept trying to pick them. It looked like she had gotten into pickers. They were kind of black, and it wasn't like her mouth turned black, but her lip had, like I said, it looked like pickers, you know. And at that time I had a mobile vet, really nice, that would come to wherever you were. And I had them because I had a car, but it wasn't always that dependable. And you know, I needed, if anything happened where I needed a vet, my Chihuahua needed to see a vet, and so they had a mobile vet. And the two ladies came and they drew blood, and they did blood work, and they checked, you know, all around her mouth. They checked in her mouth, and they went out, and when they got back the blood work, because they come in a big, how many of you remember what a bookmobile is? Those, it's almost like a big RV that when I was a kid used to come to the schools from the library. We called them bookmobiles. Well, this mobile veterinarian had something like that, and they could even do surgery in that thing. And so they ran the blood work in there and came back, and the first thing the vet said after she got the results and checked all that, I think she took a piece of that and did a whatever you call it, an analysis, said, "What are you feeding her?" And I brought out the bag, and she looked at it and looked at the ingredients, and she told me that it's very common in small breeds like Chihuahuas to have an allergy with chicken, anything with chicken. So took her off that food and put her on another one, Neutro lamb and rice. And boy, did my Chihuahua love that. And she got on a medicine. It cleared all that up. She never had that problem again. So I have never given Sadie, my Chihuahua, or Monster, you know, my Maltese, because they're small breeds, anything with chicken. Well, this prescription food that they're having me to buy, you can't find it in anything but chicken. And I'm also noticing Sadie is probably having a reaction, like with her skin. She's scratching and scratching, and she don't have no fleas. I have a flea comb, of course, because, you know, dogs can get fleas. In the past, Monster had a problem with fleas. I live out here in the country. I have a really good flea comb, and Sadie is such short hair, Chihuahua, just run that comb through and nothing comes out. She don't have any fleas, but she's scratching. And I give her a bath, and they both have good shampoo. And I'm just wondering if the chicken flavored of this prescription food is causing her to have that. I don't know. These are knee socks, and they look knitted, but I guess they're not. No, they're not. They're crocheted. It says with a hook number 1. Now Monster wants to get down. Oh, this is a neat bookmark. Look at that. I may try that one day. Put it on my list. My list is out of control. Here's a horse applique, Palomino. "21 minutes already. I think my camera, the video cuts itself off at 30, so it'll move along. Let's see. A Victorian lace lady. Then I've been going to the PetSmart because it's closer. I was going to the veterinarian. Well, you know, the veterinarian situation. Monster has 2. 2 different ones. Look at this kid's sweater, is neat. Her veterinarian that I really like that did her surgery is in Garland, maybe 13 miles away. And I was going there to get her food, but they were having a shortage. They were saying that the delivery trucks weren't coming in. So PetSmart was carrying the prescription food that she needs. And I was going there. I'd rather support the other little veterinarian rather than PetSmart. But they have had it and they're closer. But I was going to go on Chewy.com and see about getting it and having it delivered. I used to get some things from Chewy. But I don't want to, buy a whole case if maybe the vet can tell me a different kind of food to get. Because like I say, I'm concerned that she's not getting all that she needs out of that. But there's really not another urinary food in either one of those veterinarians except for the one that they've told me to get. So then you kind of wonder if they've limited it on purpose or what, and I don't know, but it's weighing on my mind because I guess you can see her there. Oh. Monster. Well guys, 23 minutes and I'm gonna end this and put this stuff away, and then my laundry is all put together. I just gotta put it in the car, and I guess that's it. Maybe I'll talk to you later. Oh, my website has been updated. If you'll go to my community page, I put an announcement there, and I believe the link is there. I really should have put the link, and I think that I did. But a friend updated my website, which I really appreciate. And so I know most of you or all of you crochet or knit. I don't expect anyone to buy anything from me, but if you could just go look around, and if there's a place to I don't know if there's a place to make a comment, like, your website looks good. I don't know if there's a place, if that option is available on the website, but I do know that the company that I have my website with, which is my website is free, they will send me an email once a week saying your website had this many views this week. Sometimes none and sometimes some. So it does count if people do go over and at least look. And I'd appreciate it. And then if you could go to the community page where I made the announcement about my website being updated and put some kind of comment in there that you went over there and looked, that would encourage me. So I appreciate everyone, and I need to end this. I hope that you enjoyed these magazines, and thank you again, Neighbor Pat, for this square, and fear not, I will show the others. Everyone have a great day. Remember to be kind to everybody because somebody is having a bad day. Thanks.